sort of develop solution methods. Okay.
You've driven across town to St Bede's College to find out more about open source data. Now this is Tom, a Year 12 student. You've been working with that kind of data. What have you been doing?
Well, we've created an app that uses government data to see how clean the water is across the country.
Excellent. And I hear you were involved in a competition.
We were indeed. We did this for a competition called Mashup, which is where a group of people basically get together and try and solve some problems through technology.
Okay, so not mashing potatoes. How long does that competition run for?
Well, it goes for any amount of time that you want, but this particular competition went over a weekend.
So a very intense time, no doubt. So where did you get your data from?
Yeah, so the data came from various sources because various people collect different types of information about water quality. So we got some of it from data.gov.nz, we got some of it from NIWA, and various other places that measure data around the country because they differ from place to place.
So it's open source, you're allowed to use it freely and modify it, but how did you actually get a hold of that data?
Yeah, so the data came from these agencies and they uploaded it to a server, which is basically a central meeting place. And then we were able to use an API to pull it from their government server to our users' mobile phones.
Okay, so when you say API?
API, it's basically a tool that allows us to get up-to-date data from them to you very quickly and very accurately.
Computers talking to computers kind of thing?
Yeah, it's computers talking to computers, but we're just there in the middle checking that it's right.
Excellent. So what did you discover through putting this app together?
We discovered various different things. We discovered that people like to swim in clean water and that getting a hold of this data is relatively easy when it's open source.
So Tom, how do you see people using your app?
Yeah, so we see them using the app whenever they're near water that's not like a pool. So whether they're swimming or fishing or in a boat, this could be used to make sure that it's safe and it's clean.
And you might be able to find a use for that yourself, find out whether your waterway is clean. And speaking of these kind of applications, you might like to take part in a mashup competition or the likes, develop your own app using open source data.